Now, it's the Scam of the Week.
I'm Tommy Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week with the Better Business Bureau's Marjorie Stephens. Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Tommy. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you very much. It's time to talk about weddings. A lot of people put off weddings in 2020 because of the pandemic. Now in 2021, things are starting to open up again. We had a ceremony for our daughter back in April. Our son's going to get married this summer. A lot of people are looking to try and figure out how they can make a COVID-19 wedding happen because of all the canceled and postponed events from last year. But the joyous events are happening again.
Yes, they are. And when it comes to wedding planning, though, people do need to think about these. There are several moving parts, and COVID-19 guidelines and restrictions can make it a little confusing for the brides and grooms. So there are many unique and creative ways to make a wedding safe and successful at the same time, even when those circumstances might not be ideal.
Now, a good start, of course, follow the government guidelines. It's probably not wise to go with your gut feelings when you make decisions on how to keep your guests safe. You need to follow what the feds are saying because it's for your own safety and the safety of everyone around you. What are some other tips that the BBB has to help plan a wedding that is both successful and safe?
Well, first of all, you're absolutely right on what you just said, Tommy. But despite your best laid plans, we all know that things can still go a little crazy with ever-changing restrictions. So you need to make sure that you do come up with a plan B that you really love. If you can't, use plan A. So reading contracts obviously is very critical during a pandemic. Fortune.com reminds brides and grooms to be that in today's fluid situation, it's really important to check out your vendors and venues to find out what their cancellation and rescheduling policies are. When you have to make that decision and whether your deposit will transfer over to the new date. The other one is it's obviously affected shipping times in many areas for many companies. So if you'll be doing the bulk of your purchases online or at stores that need to place an order, start that early. Experts recommend ordering wedding dresses, for example, at least 6 months early. I would probably go with more to 9 months to a year, which would allow plenty of time for return exchanges or alterations. And then one other way to keep your guest list large without endangering anyone's health is to host a virtual wedding. Virtual parties are gaining in popularity as the pandemic drags on. It can be a fun and safe way to celebrate your marriage with the ones you love. And then finally, this has not been easy on anyone. It's caused a lot of stress for everyone. So if you start feeling down when you have to change your plans again, know that you aren't alone. And according to a guidebook called the Knott's Official Guidebook for COVID-19, 35% of couples who had upcoming weddings did postpone until this year or even into next year.
Including my daughter.
Yes.
So remember, your wedding is just the beginning. You still have plenty of meaningful milestones ahead of you that you'll be able to celebrate with all your friends and family. And who knows, the fact that all of this happened could create some interesting and possibly even amusing stories for later on.
Absolutely.
And as always, remember that if you spot a scam, whether you've lost money or not, make sure you report it to BBB's Scam Tracker at bbb.org/scam tracker and the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Your story can help other consumers avoid similar scams.
That's correct.
All right. And of course, if you are getting married this year, many happy returns. Do it safe, and may you live happily ever after.
Yes. Congratulations and best wishes.
All right. Marjorie from the Better Business Bureau of Northern Indiana. As always, it's a pleasure. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.